Hello and welcome, Pony here with Grogan Games, bringing you my review of Absolver. Now, this is the first time I've done a review on a game, so bear with me, it's kind of a learning process. Absolver was released on August 29th. As of the recording of this video, it has mostly positive reviews that actually started trending to the mix strictly due to a couple issues. It's really due to poor server performance since launch, bugs, which include clipping through the map, which I've seen myself, pretty freaking terrible, just fall off the map and disappear into nothing. Boss fights either not happening or just you click into it and game locks up. Regional lock for playing with your Steam friends or people you may know is an issue for a lot of folks that I've seen on the forums. I can understand that, as we don't all have friends here in, I'm in North America, so if I want to play with my buddy over in Europe or Australia right now, you can't do that. The PvE, or player versus environment content, is a little short. I've got less than 20 hours, or I'm at 20 hours in the game. I've already cleared it. Good stuff. Another complaint is really unintuitive keyboard and mouse controls and the inability to rebind keys. So like I said, I've got 20 hours in the game. I've completed the PvE portion, and I did take my time to enjoy the environment and farm moves and go back and do this and do that and fight a couple of the marked ones again and again and again. I'll start with the cons about the title. Spotty server performance. I've noticed, and it's in the forums, rubber banding during the PvE and PvP. Now the PvP is the really big problem, because if this game is going to center as much as it does on the PvP area, you've got to have your money where your mouth is when it comes to PvP. Also, noticeable frame drops whenever you zone or go into a new area, or when players come into your area. Noticeable frame drops and big lag spikes when they do that. Second, failure to connect to the network multiple times when you're on the title screen. Now, if you quit the game and try to go back in to quit to your desktop, you have to wait for it to try to connect to the network, and then maybe it will, maybe it won't. They need a direct, straight to desktop quit. PvP also does not auto queue for another match after you say, hey, I'm done fighting this guy. If you're like me, I fight a guy like once, maybe twice, and then I'm ready for another fight. I don't want to do the same thing over and over again. That's just how I am. Items in your inventory that you collect stack up. And granted, you can have the same item and it may have different properties, different weights and blunt resistance and cut resistance and everything else, but we need some kind of inventory management in my perspective. And that would cut down on the clutter and maybe get rid of some of the duplicate items that you have. So let's talk about the pros. This game is absolutely gorgeous. I love the art style. I love character customization. I love the fact that you can get the same item 3 times, different color schemes, different stats, everything. Beautiful game. It's well optimized, especially for my machine. Outside of the server issues, it runs flawlessly on the max settings, and I just absolutely love to run it and love to look at the environment, love the way they did the art style, and I can sit here and look at it all freaking day. With 4 fighting styles and many moves per style, the overall combat deck you can build is truly unique. I have yet to see another player that I've played have the same moves as somebody else chained together, and that is absolutely awesome, and I really love it. I hope the developers come out with more fighting styles and more moves to unlock, and it's just going to increase the ability to have more and more moves and different fighting styles, and I mean, it just makes it almost endless. PvP for me is refreshing. As I'm at like combat rank 20, I've yet to meet a truly inconsiderate opponent. In my opinion, things like forcing somebody against a wall where the camera gets all janky and jacked up, and also just forcing them off a ledge, it seems taboo. People really don't do it that much to me. Now granted, I've had quite a few PvP matches, but I'm nowhere near where a lot of people are at this point. But I've had a good experience with that. When I'm jammed up on a wall and my camera's jacked up, people do back off, and I do return the favor. I don't forcibly push people off the ledges, and nobody's really done it to me. It happens, but it's not one of those things you just push for. The other thing I've noticed is you're going to win. You're trying to win, and you're going to do what you can to win. So if you don't want to fight in a place where you fall off a ledge, then bring the fight somewhere else, which I really like about this. Another pro about the game is it has almost infinite potential to grow, as the devs can add more styles, moves, weapons, armor, and abilities to increase the overall content, as well as raise level caps and kind of the fall off when you increase your stats. I mean, this game has a lot of room to grow. Now, that being said, I would definitely recommend this title to a hardcore gamer, not really somebody that, you know, does things like Slime Rancher and Stardew Valley and things like that. But the early game and the PvE has plenty to offer for a core casual gamer. The late game content is really tied to the progress in PvP. And PvP is crazy competitive. That being said, I mean, if you get this, understand, if you're not going to play PvP, you're only going to get so far. If you want to refight the bosses, you've got to do PvP to unlock the ability to refight the bosses. That's how it goes. Now, for the current offering, for I think it's like $30 US, if you're not interested in competitive and evolving PvP, you'll probably be left sadly disappointed with this title. Overall, though, I'm happy with my purchase and can see why some members of the community are requesting refunds and upset with server issues. But I could not recommend this title to anyone who doesn't enjoy difficult titles such as Dark Souls, The Long Dark, Kenshi. This game doesn't hold your hand. I mean, it really doesn't. It's very unforgiving and it's very tough to learn. You've got to learn the mechanics to get good, as it were. That being said, I hope you guys enjoy this short little my synopsis of this game, and if you like it, I'm definitely go pick it up. I look forward to seeing you guys out there, but until next time, Pony Air, Grogan Games, signing out.